Hello, everybody. Woo! Welcome to episode 7 of This Is Your Moment. My energy is higher than usual. Whoa, because I am excited. I am excited to have the one and only creative entrepreneur, woman of faith, Tadia!
So you bring out the
the
DJ.
Yes, give it up. I love it. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
you for having me.
Oh my gosh. Thank you
having
for gracing me and us with your presence.
I'm so happy to be here.
Oh, I'm happy to have you. All right. So what is a creative entrepreneur, a woman of faith?
Yeah.
Well, we know what a woman of faith is. Well, most of us do, right? But what is a creative entrepreneur exactly?
Well, if we want to break it down to the local level, it's a hustler. It's a hustler that uses her or his talents to just create business and to get things flowing in motion. I'm definitely in the phase of my life where I have a few moving parts. And so the more polished term is creative, because I'm creative.
Right.
And entrepreneur, because we making this money.
Yes, multiple streams of income is key, especially within our community. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yeah.
I think just talking about that and just financial freedom, and like we see a lot of people who are making it, people who are wealthy, and we don't really know what's in the back end, and that's usually one of the secrets.
Yes.
Which is that you have multiple streams of income coming in, and I think that within our community, we have been robbed or stripped or just not provided with that information.
Yeah, you're
You know
absolutely right.
Yeah.
So what I know with you is that there are 3 parts that encompass the Tadia brand.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It is music, media, and my favorite. I don't know if it's my favorite. Makeup! She is a makeup artist like me. In fact, we met years ago at Brick Brooklyn.
That's true.
Yes, we did.
Very true. When you had beating everybody up every morning. BK Live. This radiance, all this energy. And I was like, ooh.
And that's funny that you say that. I didn't know, but when I met you, I was feeling the same thing.
Yes.
I was like, who is this? Who is she?
I was such a baby.
You were, but you were so strong, so inspirational to me because you're multi-talented.
Yeah.
She can sing. All right. Oh no. Listen, this is it. This is what's happening now. This doggone thing just fell off, but that's what, we're going to keep it going.
That's right.
All righty.
Right.
Maybe because, I'm excited. So that necklace couldn't hang with me. All right. Fine. So her voice is so amazing.
Oh, thank you.
And she's not afraid to use it. Yeah. You're gifted. Yeah. You know that we all have gifts, talents, and abilities. Yeah. And it is an amazing thing when I see women like you that aren't afraid to tap into what they have received from the source of God. Yes. Right? Yes. And are giving it to the world. Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about your music journey.
Yeah, so first I think that it's important to do what you love. That's something that I always say. Yeah. And so music for sure is something that anybody that's known me since I was little, that I just have this love for music. And my family's Haitian, so it was so important. Caribbean massive. It's so important for, me to take the school route and go to school. So I had to choose a major, but even before then, I was singing in church, singing at weddings, funerals, birthday parties.
Anywhere you could get it in.
Literally. Yeah. And my mom just really immersed me in so many different music programs. When I was in high school, I went to the Juilliard School, which is a really prestigious music school. And they had a program there for students in high school. So I attended for 2 years, and I had vocal training as well as trombone. So my mom had me really involved, and I always knew that I wanted to do it, but I just think that our community, in terms of just knowing what career paths are lucrative. That's definitely not one, which is the creative space.
Right.
So that's how I kind of weaved in the media element, which is what I went on to study in school.
Okay.
So music, really was always there. And so, I've been fortunate enough to kind of tap into that after I established my plan B,
right,
which was the journalism.
The journalism. Yeah. Okay, that was your plan B.
So journalism was my plan B, even though I professionally did it first, if that makes sense. I wanted to secure it. Right.
Yes, yeah.
I wanted to secure it. So now I'm tackling my plan A, which is music. And if for whatever reason music does not grow into what I want it to be or what God wants it to be, then I'll always have my degrees to fall back on if I need to go teach journalism or something.
That's amazing. Kids, did you hear what she just said? Kids that are watching, I know y'all following me. All right. Can I tell you that I can relate to that wholeheartedly? Because that's what I tell. I go to career days and I talk to kids all the time. And for the last 5 years of my life specifically, it's been dedicated to like empowering children. Right. And what I tell them, which is in line with what you're saying, is like to set a proper foundation, right? Which is education.
100%.
No one can ever take your knowledge from you.
100%.
Right? So lay a proper foundation. And even if what you want to really be doing, right, is over there, take the journey to getting there.
Right.
Take the journey. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And then, like you said, maybe if when you get there, you're feeling like, you know what?
Right.
You know what?
It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's not working out.
Give yourself options.
Right.
Don't close it off. Would you agree with that?
100%.
Yes.
Like, I think that's so, so important. And I think that a lot of times, even like just as kids, something that I try to refrain from doing when I meet kids is, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because sometimes that answer is not one thing.
It is not.
And it's been marketed to us for us to do and be one thing when that, to be honest, is not reality, So I think it is so important to just, whatever it is that you feel like you love to do, and sometimes your parents can help you explore what that is as a child. And those of us who maybe not be as fortunate to have that opportunity, I always say when trying to find out what you love to do, think of something that you would do, and if you didn't get paid for it, you would still love it. And whatever your answer is to that, that's what you love. And tap into that. You know what I mean? So for me, I really think that it's so important to, number one, create a space where young people can explore and get to that and be supportive of that, because that process is not always going to be A to B. Sometimes it'll be A, J, C, B, C, D, Z.
Oh, wickety whack. Shooting out of sequence. That's production talk.
Right.
Sometimes it shoots out of sequence. Our journey is out of sequence, like you just said. That's great. That's great that you said it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it's important what you just said in terms of being limited to that one thing. I love how you don't ask children, what do you want to be when you grow up? Because it's such a constricting question. Because we are like onions.
Right.
Layers.
Yeah.
Multifaceted.
Yeah.
Human beings, really? Okay, but we're spiritual beings, is what we are. Right?
100%.
100%. So to kind of close all of that in, box all of that energy in, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And it restricts you.
It restricts you. It restricts you.
From age 3 or age 4, you're like, I want to be a teacher. And then you grow up saying teacher, teacher, teacher. And your mind was never open.
It's locked on the teacher.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And your mind was never open to explore, well, maybe I want to sing. Maybe I want to be an artist. Maybe I want to. And it's like a lot of people get stuck in jobs that they hate because of that.
You said a word. You said something. I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah.
But what you're saying is so right. Repeating that one thing kind of has your mind focused on that one thing. And as a child, that's what you're going to just aspire. Right. And especially when you get the adult's reaction that they're like,
yeah, that's the thing to do.
Listen, then you really go for it and you really block off. You know why I know that? Because it happened to me. Yes. Yeah. Because as children, you want to please your family. We're from West Indian backgrounds.
Yeah.
We know that we can't go like you could. I can't go into the dinner table and say, me want paint face. I'm bored. I'm pee upon draw, and I'm gonna make living.
Right.
What?
Right.
mortified at the table, right? What would happen in your family?
I think for me, for the sake of, I don't know if it's because my mom had me young and I don't have so much of a traditional Haitian mom in the sense that her mind is super closed off on doctor, lawyer, engineer.
Yeah.
So I'm fortunate in that sense, but even just the concept of right now, you know, I'm 27 years old, pursuing my music career. And I just think that at this point, like sometimes I'm still in a position where I'm trying to teach my mom, like, Mom, I'm not going to pop tomorrow. Like, you know, and sometimes it takes that training. So even with makeup, right? Like I started a business, Femme Belle, back in 2014.
Yes, I remember.
And that didn't come because I was like, oh, I love makeup. It was a talent or a skill that I already had because I was doing my cousins, my aunts, my this, my that, friends of friends. Then I was doing weddings. And then it started off as a side hustle while I was in college.
Right.
And so then an opportunity came for me to do it all the time. And then
you took it. Yeah.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So for me, it wasn't something that I chose necessarily, but it was something that at the time I was just doing it to make my quick buck on the side because I was a student. I was working hard. I was working these low paying jobs. And we know life in New York is crazy expensive.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's kind of how that came about. So I never really was in a position where I was like, oh, Mom, I want to be a makeup artist, or Mom, I want to be this, but I could still apply that same thing to the music.
Yep.
Because I don't think that if I had the journalism or the degrees that were there to support the fact that I was doing something serious, I don't think that it would have been, my music path would have been taken as serious.
I got it. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, Tadia.
Yeah.
Point blank. That is her Instagram job. Tadia, Tadia, _blank. Tadia point blank. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
So when you visit Tadia on IG, you will be able to link into her website, her music, her entrepreneurship, and her hustle. Yeah. Learn more about her. You need to know her. And what's the name of that song we like?
Worth it?
Worth it! Worth it! Let me say it for no. Worth it! All right. Okay? All right. So here we are. Check it out. TadiaMusic.com and Tadia point blank.
Yes.
This is your moment.
Thank you so much, Marsha, for sharing your platform with us. This is just amazing. Thank you. And I hope that even if it's one person that's inspired, that's just a big deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's I am happy to be in this space with you and anyone that sits opposite of me because everybody has a moment.
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody have a gift? Doesn't everybody have a talent? Doesn't everybody have an ability? And doesn't everybody have a light? Shine your light, people. Until next time.
Bye.
I will see you guys for episode 8. Yes! This is your moment with Marsha Page. Mwah!